It's good to be back again here this morning. To deal with the number of items that relates to summonses that have been adjourned to today. There are a lot of things that are happening currently at the moment relating to the election issues. But as I have always said, that it does not derail the work of the inquiry, because we are focused and we are moving forward to ensure that we complete the task that is given to us. So for this reason, once again, I thank you for the attendance this morning, and I now call upon the Council to take us through this morning. Thank you. Council.
Good morning, Commissioner. May it please this Commission. Commissioner, you'll notice there are 38 matters on the list for this morning. Of those, 37 matters relate to summonses that are returnable for mention. And Commissioner, as done on previous occasions, for reasons we've also stated earlier, particularly in relation to, amongst other things, the unavailability of witnesses due to the national general elections, Commissioner, we have adjourned and extended all those summonses to today. And Commissioner, you will note today being the last day for this current inquiry according to the terms of reference. Now, Commissioner, we will be applying for those summonses to be extended generally. And Commissioner, I make that in view of item number 38, which relates to the update on press statement number 8 of 2022 in circumstances where, Commissioner, I understand, and which I will invite the Commission to update the public in terms of the status of the request for extension. I understand from my discussions with yourself, Commissioner, that you had in fact met with the Prime Minister earlier this week, and there was an undertaking given by the Prime Minister that the inquiry would be extended and that the formal instruments would be executed and issued in the normal way. As such, Commissioner, in those circumstances, we would be applying for summonses listed number 21, or rather, summonses listed in agenda items number 1 through to 37 to be extended generally.
Thank you, Council.
Commission pleases.
The Commission is aware of the circumstances that has come to our attention, and we are very much aware of that. That as we return back today, we are dealing with the agenda item number 1 to 37. But before I deal with that to extend it generally, I like to make mention that the duration of the, as per the gazettal of the Motukea Commission of Inquiry, arrives at this date, which is the 16th. And therefore, for the interest of the Commission of Inquiry and for the public at large, I like to mention that the Commission did a submission to the appointing authority, which is the Prime Minister, in relation to the needed extension that is required to continue with the Commission of Inquiry. And it was on the 14th, after the hearing on the 14th, that I visited the PM's office together with my secretary, and we met with the Prime Minister in highlighting some of the factors that are urgently needed to be considered in relation to our submission to extend the period of the Commission of Inquiry. We received a very warm welcome from the Prime Minister, and in his acknowledgement, I pointed out to him that we need to get this instrument to be endorsed by you, and then we can continue with the work of the Commission of Inquiry. In affirmation to that, the appointing authority, which is the Prime Minister, has given a positive undertaking, which I like to make mention here, that the work of the Commission of Inquiry must continue on and allow the usual process to take place to get the instrument signed so that it can be, as a requirement, that it can be gazetted so that we can continue with the work of the Commission of Inquiry. So the undertaking by the Prime Minister is positive, and I'd like to make an announcement here that it is only procedural, that those things will be in place, and it does not affect the work that we have done so far in relation to the work of the Commission of Inquiry. He was very impressive on the performances that we have taken up so far, and therefore I'm here to also mention in affirmation to that the undertaking has been done already by the Prime Minister, and until the requirements of the signing of the instruments are done, we will continue to perform our duty as the work of the Motukea Commission of Inquiry. So Council, in response to that, and the circumstances that we have come about in dealing with these issues, I am very positive, and I am also glad that the backing of the government is positive, and therefore, in consideration to a lot of factors and circumstances that we arrive at, the Commission now directs that agenda items number 1 to 37 on the daily diary, that is summons number 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 21, and summons number 22 to summons number 46 are all further extended generally. Again, dated is 16th day of June 2022 and authorized by the Commission. That's the position of the Commission in response to the agenda items and summonses that are now before us. While I give these directions that we are going through, we are awaiting for the instrument to be endorsed and be in place so that it facilitates the process that are now in front of us. So at this juncture, I'd like to inform the Commission of Inquiry and the public at large that the work of the Commission of Inquiry will continue as been undertaken by the Prime Minister, and I'm here to announce it today that we will continue with that work, allowing the process to take place. With that, Council, those directions are now being given to be extended generally. Thank you.
As the Commission pleases. Commissioner, thank you for that update. The update in turn deals with item number 38, which, Commissioner, we note your remarks as to the position of the Prime Minister in relation to his undertaking that he has given to extend the inquiry. Commissioner, in those circumstances, we submit that the hearing and the inquiry be adjourned generally, and the public will be notified in due course as to the outcome of the instruments as anticipated to be executed and published by the Office of the Prime Minister. The Commission, please.
Thank you, Council. In response to Press Statement number 8, and in light of what I have stated this morning, and a follow-up to the things that we need to get them in order, I'd like to inform the public that as soon as the formalities are in place and ready to be extended, you will be informed of the progress and of the work of the inquiry that we need to go through. I'm sure that at this time, the focus of the country on general election, and sometimes it takes away a lot of commitment by individuals who also needed to be present with us, but we are aware of the situation, and therefore it will be reasonable to consider all those factors and to allow time. But as I have said, the assurance have been given, and the undertaking has been given by our Prime Minister to continue with this Commission of Inquiry, and until the instruments are endorsed and in place, we will continue to do the work that is required of this Commission of Inquiry. With that, I'd like also to make mention that you look after yourself. Don't get yourself into a lot of trouble. We will advise accordingly when we should return back. Council, that's the short remarks that I have for us this morning. Unless you don't have any other thing to say, which might give you a bit of time. But if you don't have anything to say this morning, Associate, it's now with you now to adjourn and matters relating to this inquiry generally until we are further informed. Thank you.